Listen to this story, which personifies Rav Chaim Zaitchik and what Nevardik taught him. He was enslaved in the Siberian labor camp. There was no water, and they needed someone to go to the reservoir, which was several kilometers away from the camp, which required taking 2 buckets, walking down the kilometers to the reservoir in the frigid cold, filling up the buckets with ice water, putting them on your shoulders, and walking all the way back several kilometers to the camp. It was a gruesome job. Who would volunteer for such a job? You know who did? Chaim Zaitchik. So you wonder, why would he volunteer for such a difficult task? The answer is, because Chaim knew that there was a Yid who lived near the reservoir. Chaim was hoping that this Yid had a sefer. He wanted to learn. Do you know how long it was that he was in Siberia and didn't open up a sefer? He just wanted an opportunity to open up a sefer for just a few minutes. He was willing to take on this very, very difficult task of schlepping water, cold water in the frigid weather, just to be able to open up a sefer. That's a Nevadika. He went down, he walked the several kilometers with the buckets in the freezing cold. He left the buckets by the reservoir, and now he had another mission. He had no idea who this Yid was. He had to find him. Chaim walked from house to house looking for the mezuzah. Finally, he found it. He knocks on the door, and the wife opens up. She sees this Yid, a bacher, a boy. She says, "Another Yid. What? You must be hungry. Come, I'll give you some food, warm food." Chaim says, "No, I don't need food." She says, "What can I give you?" He says, "All I want is a sefer." She says, "A sefer? I'll speak to my husband." She goes to her husband, who's sitting in the living room, and he says, "There's a boy at the door. He wants a sefer. Tell him to come in." Chaim walks in. He meets the owner. The owner says, "I heard you want a sefer. I only have 1 Gemara. That's all I have." Chaim says, "I want to see it. Let me see it. It's been so long since I opened up a Gemara." The man brings him. It's 1 Masechta, bound together, 2 Masechtas, Nedarim and Nazir. And he opens it up. You never saw a happier face. He says to the owner, "Can I have this?" The owner says, "I want it too. I want to learn also." He says, "I'll make you a deal. Let's cut it in half." The owner went and he cut the Gemara in half. And he kept 1 Masechta for him, the Darim, and he gave the Nazir Masechta to Chaim. And then Chaim came back to the camp, the happiest person that you could imagine. This is what the treaty was all about during Shleisha Shemei Hagbala. Ksharim, Anuvim, Tefusim. In order to really accept the Torah, we have to be tied and fastened and committed to the Torah.